interview someone, I don't have the time to evaluate them through and find out how smart they are and how dedicated they are. I use certain proxies for intelligence. So if you guys are coming from Xavier or Jay or an IIT, I assume that screening has already been done. You guys have reached a certain level of intelligence or smartness, and you guys have coming for my interview already there, right? So I don't have to redo that process. So these brands are proxies for intelligence. That's the common wisdom. I think more important than proxies for intelligence is that what we want from you guys before you do an MBA, if you do a job, a non-managerial job, okay, let me put it that way. What we look for is commitment. Alright, there is this term called the work ethic. Alright, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a very loosely defined term. I think what it means is whether you work when nobody's looking or not. Alright, and when you guys have a history, now the reason you guys are in top colleges is that you have a history of academic commitment and performance throughout your lives. Alright, you got damn good marks in your 10th, in your 12th, etc. If you get into Jai Hind, the assumption is that even when your parents were looking over your shoulder, there was some khujli inside you which made you study hard, which made you do well at exams. And the assumption we guys make is that same khujli will continue to the corporate world. You guys will perform here because of something that's inside you. That same khujli which made you do well in academia will make you dedicate yourselves in the corporate environment. You used to learn Latin and Greek. Alright? People began to challenge that why are you teaching these guys Latin and Greek? Nobody's spoken these languages for 800 years. Why learn them? The answer to that is not because they're going to speak Latin or Greek. It's not because they're going to use the content of what they learned. But the mental application of that. So if someone aces their Latin exam, that guy has put in hundreds of hours of hard work to master Latin grammar. If he's put in that amount of self-generated commitment, he will first of all have trained his mind to apply to a certain subject and study it for several hours at a time. He will have trained his mind to work when nobody is looking over his shoulder. And that same dedication and that same mental rigor will get transferred to his place of work or his place of higher learning. Right? So using that same analogy, because it's not that what you've... So this whole thing, people complain that what you learned in college is never used in the workplace. Of course it's not. Okay, nobody is looking for the content of what you studied. It's the fact that you applied your mind, it's the fact that you've shown performance, it's those kind of people we want to catch. Alright?